All right, welcome to Norfolk Wine and Spirits and Norfolk Whisky Group. We have a very special guest today, j.warren.
Yep.
And an amazing array of products. They're all rum-based from various countries. We have something from Haiti, various places in the Caribbean, Southern Hemisphere, Australia. We're going touching Europe. We are in an island, Cape Verdean.
Yep.
Rum. Who would have thought? Amazing stuff. So, first of all, tell me about yourself.
I grew up in the Bronx, which everyone in Boston hates. But
Okay.
I have no hate for you Red Sox fans. I love you all.
But you love cricket as well.
That's
a great
And I
equalizer.
have actually played a little bit of cricket, which is weird for an American guy, but it's a fun game and really the father of baseball. So how could you not love it if you love baseball? I sort of fell in love with rum bartending at a place called Dutch Kills in Long Island City, which is in Queens, New York. Our house drink was sort of a pineapple daiquiri that we made. We usually with Barbancourt, actually. Barbancourt white,
really? Okay.
fresh
I
pineapple
would have
juice.
thought Bacardi or something, no? Which is good too.
It is also good, yeah. And through working there, we got some cool stuff. Smith and Cross. This is early 2010, so
Okay,
really
right.
there wasn't the breadth of selection we have now. So Smith
Yeah.
and Cross,
I would say.
some agricoles, and I really started to fall in love with some of the more flavorful rums like El Dorado, whose distillate I think you can't really argue
Oh,
against. It
Sean
really is,
Caleb is so cool. You know,
really is
yeah.
beautiful distillate.
Yeah, different distillery, yeah.
That led me to working in spirits on the supplier side. I worked for a gin company for a long time, and during that time, I traveled a lot for work.
Okay.
And when I traveled, I discovered Clarin. I discovered Clarin in 2013. Luca had bottled it and brought it to Europe, and it was in Europe in 2013. And the first time I tasted these, the same light went off the first time I tasted mezcal.
Uh-huh.
This light of familiarity and alienness,
Okay.
right?
Right.
There was instant recognition of things that I really loved, but the awareness that I was tasting something I had never tasted before.
Right.
So for me, these Clarin really were sort of a baby between rum agricole, Jamaican rum, and mezcal. The vegetal qualities of mezcal, the funkiness of Jamaican rum, and again, some of that bright sugarcane flavor that rum agricole has.
Right.
And I rightfully fell in love with these. These things are phenomenal and beautiful.
Intensely flavorful and so different. I mean, these are smells we don't associate with anything that I would drink, because this is, terroir. This is or provenance, whatever you want to call it, of the local area within maybe a few hundred yards.
Correct.
Because
Yeah.
that's where the yeast strains are coming from.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, these things really are about the yeast and the raw sugar cane. So you have the terroir of the field, you have the terroir of the yeast, and the terroir of the producer.
Okay.
Right, and the producer is making the cuts. The producer is deciding when the fermentation is right.
Right.
In the case of one of our producers, Casimir, he's adding some lemongrass to the fermentation.
Oh, he
some,
is.
some fresh citrus.
Oh, wow.
So changing the flavor that way a little bit. Of course, distilled and then nothing added after distillation. But
Right.
this is what I fell in love with because this is all I knew that existed, and these were the most complex unaged spirits I'd ever tried in my life.
Right.
Through that, I started to explore a little bit, and for me, I found Transcontinental next, which was another line by this company, Velier and La Maison de Whisky.
And none of this is in Massachusetts yet.
This is not in Massachusetts yet. We're hoping it'll be here very soon. These are essentially Samaroli at a lower price.
Okay.
Right? They're similar provenance. Maybe not aged as long, so Samaroli, of course, has value no matter what. And Samaroli, again, in my early experience with rum, Samaroli was incredibly important. Samaroli was the bottler that was
Right.
the only independent bottler of rum, really, in 2010.
And probably one of the best independent bottlers.
Absolutely.
One of the best. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely,
there
absolutely.
were some really, really great ones. So we had some cocktails
Yep.
earlier.
Yep.
What a beautiful story, right?
Great story.
It seems like you folks are doing something similar, taking something which is really cool, where people love the craft, people are holding on to their traditions against all odds, making stuff which is absolutely astounding, but nobody they don't see the day of the light.
100%.
Nobody knows about it.
Yeah.
So let's go to what Cape Verde.
Yeah. So in the case of this Cabo Verdean product, Groge.
Groge.
Groge, yeah. This is basically their local sugarcane distillate. So sugarcane juice, wild yeast, long fermentation, pot still distillation. And you'll find that all over the world there's a local distillate, whether it's made from cashew fruit
Yeah.
or sugarcane
Like
juice.
Fenny and Goa, we talked about.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Or palm wine distillate. People are distilling whatever they have available to them.
Right.
Here it's sugarcane, in Haiti it's sugarcane. You know, in Jamaica it's molasses, in Panama molasses,
Right.
in Boston molasses.
Privateer, right?
Yeah. In Grenada they are making a sugarcane syrup and distilling and fermenting and distilling that. But basically the story that we're in love with as a company is of natural fermentation and pot still distillation. And we do have other things that are not pure pot still, but that's what we really love because that's what retains the most flavor.
Right. And you know what? There's so many beautiful products out there, and you know some great companies. They are spreading joy all over the world. But there's a consistency that comes with that, and also I'm talking about chill filtering. You know, adding color so that everything is consistently the
Sure.
same. There's a value to that
Yeah,
because so that
absolutely.
people. You can go to any McDonald's anywhere in the world; it will taste exactly the same.
Thank
And
God.
there is yeah, exactly #1 selling burger in the world, and you know I think you should go there. But at the same time, there's value to this because this is so unique to the local, and we're using terroir in a very loose manner. You know, you can call it provenance, you can call it whatever else it could be more appropriate. But really stunning what you guys are doing. I don't think we have spent about 2.5 hours already talking about all these different things, but we need you back. I think it'll be great if everyone who is listening to this video can actually experience the deep knowledge you have and also the spirits that Velier and La Maison and Velier are carrying so that they can appreciate it.
Yeah, I'd love to come back. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much
Really
for your
appreciate
time.
it.
Yeah. Great.
Cheers.
See you guys.